I should give them my sweater. The flowers say, hey, where's the sun today? As if I determine the weather. Yeah, the world's got its worries. Life's got us all in a hurry. Stuck on a loop, overthinking all of our pain. It's okay to frown, smile upside down. Feeling kinda blue like the sky right now. No way, not gonna work it out. It's a feeling that I'm having and I'll have it right now. It comes and goes away in time. My scars will fade. The look that's on my face is temporarily upside down. It's okay to frown. Cruising on a cloud like an ocean wave. Don't feel bad, but better. Falling to the ground like November rain. Sinking like a brick, but I'm light as a feather. The world's got its worries. Life's got us all in a hurry. Stuck on a loop, overthinking all of our pain. It's okay to frown, smile upside down. Feeling kinda blue like the sky right now. No way, not gonna work it out. It's a feeling that I'm having and I'll have it right now. It comes and goes away in time. My scars will fade. The look that's on my face is temporarily upside down. It's okay to frown.
Good morning. The weather forecast today is showing a slight chance of sunshine and sadness. It's another perfect day to not feel that perfect.
It's okay to frown, smile upside down. Feeling kinda blue like the sky right now. No way, not gonna work it out. It's a feeling that I'm having and I'll have it right now. It comes and goes away in time. My scars will fade. The look that's on my face is temporarily upside down. It's okay to frown.
Hi, chat. I'm back. It's been a bit. I know it has. Ninny! Thank you for following. Hello, my beloved. Let's go. Ah, crap. It worked a second ago. Ah, okay. We should be okay. It worked a second ago. Okay. Good. Alright, my Minecraft just crashed. I started. But hi, Ninny. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in. I am just a wave of a lot of things. I've got chocolate milk down my throat. Got good vibes in my belly. I don't know what to say. What are words? What do I say? Happy belated birthday? Thank you! Let me see. Actually, is it? Okay, no, it's Wednesday. It was Wednesday specific. That's why it was gonna be Wednesday. That's okay. Well, now it explains why, exactly the first day of Pride Month was gonna be my return stream, because that would have been a month after I had turned 18. Not a month. A week after I had turned 18. So now I'm an adult. So, yeah. I've turned 18. Is it gonna work? Please? I think we're showing this. We showing the stream? Oh. There we go. Minor Club forever. Don't worry, you'll get there. But also, it's Pride Month. So I made myself a little pride skin. It's Pride Month. Also, I think I'm very clever, because if we go here, you see the irises of my eyes are gray, and then the sclera of my eyes are gray, and then my hair is black and white, and then the pupils and the irises are purple. It's the ace flag. I'm smart. I have a version of this that has like the arrow ace flag, but I also just wanted to have that little ace flag because it matches my colors. Also the trans flag on my arm because you might as well. But yeah, so we have a little skin. I've got a lot of things to talk about, which is a lot to say. Also, I figured out how to toggle armor, which is great. We've got Tin and Ryan right now. And one thing that's exciting is I have lots of things to talk about. That's redundant, I don't care. I don't know why there's just a block of quartz here. Oh. Hello. Okay. So the plan I have for today is just hang around, chat a bit, talk. And then tell you about some things that I've been doing. Where I've been. Sat listening to Eating with Chicken Pineapple, have fun with that. I think I'm just gonna head in this general direction and then I will deal with the thousands of blocks that I go later on. I need to turn this music down in my ear. There we go. So, I mean the big thing is I turned 18, that's fun. And I did it while in the UK. And specifically why that's fun is because technically I could drink alcohol. I didn't actually drink any, like, legal alcohol. I mean, there was technically legal anyways, but, the only bits of alcohol I drank while I turned 18 in the Europe is my mom handed me a can of a martini, and I didn't know what it was. But she just handed me a can and said, here, drink this. And I'm like, okay. I was like, alright, I might as well. And I drank it, and I didn't like it. I was like, it's not good. And then, as I set it down, as we're sitting in the middle of Hyde Park, I look at the label and it says vodka, and I'm like, are you feeding me alcohol? Specifically the phrasing of, are you feeding me alcohol? I don't know why I said it like that, but, yeah, I asked my mom why she was feeding me alcohol. Then on our final day, my mom had a red wine, and I'm like, I might as well try, because my sister tried when she was here in the UK. And her response was, bleh. Specifically that, she hated it. And I was much the same. I didn't act like, bleh. I didn't just try and expel it from my body. But I tasted it, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not good. And my mom's like, yeah, it's like a harsh red wine. You're not gonna like it. I'm like, yeah, and she's like, here, you gotta have a second taste. It makes it better. Had a second sip, tasted even worse. It, like, stuck with my throat. It was horrible. I didn't like it. Yeah, so there's my adventures of being 18 in the UK. Specifically of me being that age. Got a lot of things I did. So we were in the Waterloo area, for anyone who's curious, possibly. Oh my god, I thought that stone was I thought it was like a goblin or something. Did I clear my backpack? Ah, crap, I didn't. Oh well. We're shaking hands. Yeah. It just doesn't taste good. We were in the Waterloo area, and I was very much so a tourist in, London. It was just, I was mesmerized by everything. I was sitting there like, oh my god, there's so many pigeons. I actually have stories about pigeons. A lot about the pigeons in Hyde Park. But I just loved birds there. And yes, I could see pigeons here in the US, but I'm like, there's just so many pigeons. I was so excited by the pigeons. Hang on. Hi, buddy. Did I get shot by a stray? Oh well. Anyway. Oh my god, I didn't bring a boat with me. You know what, we're not that far out. I'm going back. I'm emptying my backpack. I'm grabbing a boat. If we're going adventuring, I'm gonna need a boat. We were in Waterloo, and that was where our, hotel was. And it was really good. Neither my mom and I are breakfast people. This trip was just my mom and I. But neither of us are breakfast people. And every morning, we had breakfast there, because, like, UK hotels, their bed and breakfast is so good. Like, it's actually a decent breakfast. It's not like, here's some, like, badly burnt toast, here's some cereal, and, one flavor of coffee. It was like, here's two different selections of bread that you can, adjust the toaster to your liking, so you can adjust to the heat you want with your toast. We're talking, of course it was England, so there was beans, there was, lots of different types of sausages, there was bacon, there was stuff to make a sandwich. You got like 7 different types of coffee plus hot cocoa. You got, croissants and bagels and, these little rolls that are kind of like croissants, but they have like chocolate in them. I can't remember their name, but they were really good. I had 2 every single morning because I loved them. And, like, it was actually well-made, decent food, and I'm like, oh my god, it was so good. And then our actual first day, because our first day we got at like 9 in the morning, so, we had left at 5 in the afternoon, and so getting in at 9 in the morning, we were like, neither my mom and I were, like, ready to do anything that day. We were so tired, we were like, no. So, like, yeah, we explored a bit, but it was like, no. But we spent that first day, when we first got there. We didn't want to do anything big, so we just walked around the, Waterloo area. Kind of by the London Eye and everything there. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I forgot I dropped down a massive cliff. But we went around the Waterloo area, we went to, like, Cleopatra's Needle, saw Big Ben, or I guess, not really, because I didn't know this before I went, but apparently, Big Ben is not the name of the tower, it's the name of the biggest, actual bell inside of the clock tower. But everyone just calls the clock tower Big Ben. So that's a little fun fact. So we just walked around there. I got a tea! Just randomly. I love tea in this game. Yeah, Big Ben is, one of the bells. It's not the actual clock tower. But everyone calls the clock tower Big Ben. It's, oh my god, what, I gotta go double check. What is Big Ben's actual name? Here. Hey Siri. What is the actual name of Big Ben?
Here's an answer from TechCulturaTrip.com. Big Ben is the nickname given to the Great Bell of the Clock at the north end of the Palace of Westminster in London.
Okay, but what's the name of the tower? Thank you, Australia. No, he's Irish. Elizabeth Tower. So the actual Big Ben is actually called Elizabeth Tower, but everyone calls it Big Ben because of the big bell inside the clock tower. That was a little fun fact we learned on our next day, where we did a hop-on, hop-off tour, which basically, these hop-on, hop-off tours are these buses that circulate around London. How the hell did I get a scone? Okay. They're just these buses that circulate around, London, and you can get a ticket, and anytime during that day you can hop on the bus, hop off, and they have these guided tours of the different areas you go to on a headphone set. And so my mom and I did that the second day, and that was actually when I got to meet up with Bee and Mutt. A tea and scone for celebration for good. Oh my god, Rye! I love that. I'm gonna treasure this. This is going in my treasure box. This is also my box of all my books. I'm gonna treasure these. Perfect. Wait, no, I can put them on the wall. Oh my god, I forgot I can put them on the shelf. There we go. For England. Perfect. So for our second day, we did a hop-on, hop-off tour. That was when I actually got to meet up with Bee and Mutt. We had some lunch together in front of the Tate Modern. They were in town because they were seeing, almost like a scrapbook. Absolutely! Bee and Mutt were seeing, they were seeing MCR, and they've had those tickets for 2 years, and I'm glad that they finally got to go to the show. And we just, like, we didn't get off the bus much, actually. We just rode it around first. listening to the entire tour before we actually, like, got off and decided, hey, where do we want to stop by? Where do we want to go? What are some places that seem interesting? Which, if you're ever going to do a hop-on, hop-off tour, that's how I recommend it. Get a look at everything. Go through the whole loop and then decide what do you want to see. Because then you can, like, know what you want to look at, I guess, if that makes sense. I need to empty out my bag. So we did the hop-on, hop-off tour, and we had a lot of fun with that. The next day, I don't know what's... So we got there on... Next day might have been... No, it wasn't Stonehenge. I think... I'm just gonna say it was Stonehenge. I can't remember what the third day was. But we went to Stonehenge. And that was very cool. What was fun about, like, we took a whole tour of, like, Stonehenge, Windsor Castle, it was Stonehenge, Windsor Castle, what is it called? Oh my god, I know what it's called, but I'm saving that for the second part, and Bath, yeah, Stonehenge, Windsor Castle, Bath, and a town that is just like what I like to build in Minecraft, but like in real life, sort of like old style Victorian houses, and I shit you not, the town is called Laycock. Spelt like Lecoq. I love the town, it's very pretty, but it does in fact make me laugh. You can look it up, it is a town that is owned by the London Historical Art Society, so anyone who lives there doesn't actually live there, they're just renting out the space, and if anything is ever hurt or needs repairing, it is repaired in the old style that it was originally built in. So basically, the entire town is locked in time, forever, like, looking how it did in the past, no, like, big modern technology. And I think that that is super cool. Let me see, there's 8 furnaces, so 6, yep. Yeah, go ahead, Tin. Let me see, I am... But yeah, so Laycock's a cool town. You can, like, I recommend, like, look it up on Google Maps or something, possibly. It's really cool. If I remember correctly, it's the town where the first ever photograph was taken. It was really cool. But it's also, a town that invented this thing called the dog wheel. And the dog wheel is this little thing. It's a little wheel that would be held over a fireplace, where they put a little dog, like a terrier, or a, Jack Russell, that's a terrier, in this wheel, and they would let the dog run, and what that would do is it would turn, thank you, this is just what all my resources look like, I think it's fun, but what this little dog running in this wheel would do, it would rotate any meat, like there's a skewer of meat that was put over this fire, and this dog running would spin that skewer so that the meat was evenly cooked. And that's just a little neat little thing. A little thing called a dog wheel. So your meat gets evenly cooked, like a rotisserie chicken powered by a puppy. Which I think is absolutely amazing. A great idea. So, they had that in the little tavern we went to. We also ran into what I lovingly came up with a name for, called Amerikaren. She was a woman on our bus, for a tour bus, on our trip around in this like full day trip. I call her Amerikaren because she was American. I got to hear her speak because she was very loud. And, she, like, everyone was in line to, pay for the food that we got because we were at this little tavern. That's where the dog wheel was. There was a whole line. Like, mind you, this is a visible line that people, like, saw, and, you know, they got in line so that they could be polite and everything. Amerikaren, however, Amerikaren believes that the world revolved around her here in the UK. So she decided that she was going to cut in front of the line, specifically in front of my mother and I, and she specifically, if you believe me, had the, like, if you were picturing the, like, very short blonde bob cut, wearing a very bright teal sweater, that is exactly what she looked like. Like, she just looked like the perfect Karen. And surprise, she was the perfect Karen. But, yeah, so we ran into Amerikaren. NPC. Totally. Is this where the- no, where are they go? Where have our chicken nuggets been? Where have I been putting the chicken nuggets? Anyway, but that was our big trip, specifically, around, like, Stonehenge and everything. And the next day, we went to go see Henry VIII. Now, for context, my mom and I, after we had met up with Mutt and B, we walked around that area of London, and specifically we stopped by the Globe Theatre. Now, I'm not like the world's biggest Shakespeare fan, but I still enjoy Shakespeare. And as they were doing this tour around the Globe Theatre, they were actually actors in the Globe currently doing rehearsals for Henry VIII. And this whole, my mom and I were like, yeah, there's really no reason for us to go see Henry VIII. I mean, like, you know the story if you've heard of Henry VIII, you know. There's a whole musical called Six about it. Like, come on, you don't really need to see Henry VIII. So you may be wondering why, after saying all this, I went to go see Henry VIII. That is because when we were there, during the rehearsal, we saw them, you know, set out a prop like they were doing because, like, they had to make sure everything was there, everything was in check, that they weren't missing everything, you know, the average job of a stage man. Where the hell did my there they are. The average job of all the techies, making sure that everything's there and that the show will run well, because apparently they run 3 shows in a day, which makes me, as a techie, go insane. I would go crazy if I had to do that. But they would run 3 shows in a day. And, like, 3 completely separate shows. So once a show is done, the techies have, like, 3 hours to completely take down the set and put up a whole new set. I would go crazy if I had to do that. But as we were going in, they were, like, making sure all their props were working, and this wasn't a very prop-heavy show, except for one specific prop, which was a massive blow-up golden penis. It, like, took up the entire stage. It was huge. I wouldn't take notice to this usually. This isn't like a big thing I would think about. However, it was just massive. It was huge. And what was cool about it is also there were actors rehearsing and singing. And it's Henry VIII. So as someone who's like, I don't do a lot of Shakespeare, I was sitting there, I'm like, what? People are singing, and it's Shakespeare. That's new. And so we had learned that it was a little different adaptation of Henry VIII that had songs that more so gave this perspective to the women. Hi, Kat. Welcome to the stream. I'm talking about Henry VIII and a giant blow-up golden penis. It was the whole thing. But it was cool because they had these new songs that were inputted for, like, the women to, like, talk more on their side of things, specifically for, I think it's Kate and, Anne, their sides of the stories. Talking more on that. However, one of the songs, specifically, was, the lyric was, "Are you ready to come?" Because it was a party, like, hey, you ready to come to the party? However, that was also when the giant golden penis came out on stage and they shot confetti from their butts. And this is Shakespeare in Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. So, that was an experience for my mom and I. My mom and I are both like, oh yeah, it'll be fun. How about we go see some Shakespeare in the Globe? I mean, like, that's something to do. That's something fun to do in London. We didn't have anything planned for Tuesday. Let's go see some Shakespeare in the Globe. And we saw that. Yeah, it was interesting. I had a lot of fun, I'll say that. But man, didn't expect it. And then it also turns out that the woman sitting behind us, lovely woman, she was actually a volunteer at the Globe who would sometimes work there and had seen some of the rehearsals going on there. And she had lived in the US for a bit, doing Shakespeare camps, which I think is very cool. And the woman who sat next to her was the producer. So my mom and I were like, what in the... Oh, the ghosts give me slowness. You stinky little... You. Get down here. There we go. But yeah, the woman who sat behind us was, the producer. And she was like, well, she was asking us our opinions, like, well, what'd you think of the show? And we were like, oh, it's great, we loved it. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. I had never seen Henry VIII and the play. You come there all the time. Fitting for such a play! Nitty. But she'd ask, like, what's your opinions? And, like, I genuinely enjoyed the show. It was, like, here's the thing. London's level of what classifies as raunchy is much different than our level of what classifies as raunchy here in the US. Like, that, we'd be like, oh my god, we have to label this whole show as not safe for work. This is horrifying. And, like, no, there were children in that audience, and they were just like, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, so that was our adventure with Henry VIII. I don't remember what we did during the day. I think we might have just also, looked around more of London. I'm not sure. I think that was when we went to Trafalgar Square. It was a really fun play, genuinely, because Shakespeare is always like this, you always expect it to be one specific way. It's like, oh, you can't experiment with Shakespeare because it's this very specific holy ground of art. You do not touch Shakespeare for he is untouchable, that kind of thing. But it's like, she was like, I was talking a bit to the producer and she was like, yeah, I think the way we're doing it's like not exactly true to the original story that Shakespeare had put out, but also I think he would enjoy it just out of the fact that we're taking this whole idea he's presented and making it our own. Even though Shakespeare would want people to change and have fun with it. Yeah, like she had said, like, I think if Shakespeare were alive today and seeing our production, he would love it because we're having fun with it, we're changing it up, we're making this medium a little different than it has been in the past. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. What the hell? Where am I? What is this? Yellowstone. Oh yeah, I forget there's like 3 biomes in this whole mod that are actual real biomes. I found the Rocky Mountains another day. But yeah, so we had a lot of fun with Shakespeare. I have no clue what we did during the day. But the next day, was, well, oh, well, there it is. The next day was our trip to Dover. Now, one of the biggest things I wanted to do when I went to London was go see the White Cliffs of Dover in person. It's a huge thing for me. One of these days, I would love, as like a terraform project, to make the White Cliffs of Dover in Minecraft. I may actually do that with our base here because there's some terraforming I gotta do. I gotta do underneath our area because we recently had to tear down obsidian walls and the whole terraforming area had become bad, so I gotta work to make it better because I love terraforming. So I had really been excited to go see Dover. That was a big thing of what I wanted to do while in Europe. And so my mom and I, we decided, okay, let's get a tour, make a day out of it, something fun. And so we got a tour to go to Leeds Castle, Dover, and Canterbury. And specifically, like, the Canterbury Cathedral. Which, that was very interesting, and, that's all I can say as a man with religious trauma. But, so we got on this tour bus. We had initially gotten there, like, a little bit late for this tour bus, but they directed us to the right, tour bus to make sure that we, can make it on the right bus and make it on the right tour. And we did. We got to the tour. We got to the tour bus, and, when we got on, we were, like, super stressed. There was, like, 17 people in the entire tour compared to the one we did for Stonehenge, which had, like, about 90. There's a lot of people there. Is there a gold block here? No, but I will take this crying obsidian. So it's just a nice small tour. And so we go to Leeds Castle. And Leeds Castle is this little castle. Oh, I hadn't got a crying obsidian before then? Oh, wow. Leeds Castle is this little castle that was, oh, Triton. That's not... That is the D&D race. A Triton is a D&D race. But we had... Like, Leeds Castle is a castle that was built by this... Not built. Bought by this woman named Lady Bailey. Now, she was a New Yorker. Not from England. Triton, like, Gillian Tides. Oh my god, guys, I was being killed by Gillian Tidestrider. Yes. I think, just roll this taken over my mind. God damn it. But, so, Leeds Castle was bought by this, old, like, New Yorker woman, and so that was interesting. We got to learn about her history in the castle. Not much else. They seemed very, like, concentrated on Lady Bailey's tenure in the castle. Ooh, ice. Sorry. But that was an interesting tour. We were like, alright, that's cool. And we just got back on the bus, because that wasn't our big thing that we were there for that area. We were just mostly there because we wanted to go to Dover. And I'll keep drilling this into your mind. Keep drilling this fact into your mind, because you can probably understand where this is going. So we get back on the tour bus and we're headed to the next location. The next location is supposed to be Dover. We don't go to Dover. We stop in this place called the Battle of Britain Memorial. Now, I'm certain that this was very emotional for our tour guide, because he was this old man, and he's like, yeah, my ancestor was in this, and he pointed out exactly which person was his ancestor on the memorial. Like, I'm certain it was probably an emotional thing for him. However, this tour was full of Americans, and we weren't in the war at the time of the Battle of Britain, so none of us really knew what it was. And we were like, yeah, this is interesting. Yep. We just weren't very interested in it. But, we looked around for a bit just because my mom and I were like, yeah, we might as well see what's here. What was cool about it is that there was, little cliff's edge that you could see bits of Dover, a little bit of the White Cliffs, and it was interesting. But this was, like, decidedly not Dover. And we were like, alright, our next stop will probably be Dover. Our next stop was not Dover. We drove through Dover. Drove through it. As we were on the bus, specifically, we were just sitting there, and our tour guide goes, and there we can see the White Cliffs of Dover. Right, on your right, you will see the White Cliffs of Dover. And we were like, awesome, when are we getting out? And then we didn't. Which is fun. And so my mom and I were kind of like, alright, that's odd. So we just went to Canterbury. That was, the next stop was Canterbury. So we were just like, alright, they'll probably circle back, because another part of this tour was that we were going on a ferry from, like, Canterbury and Dover, that sort of area, through around the island, and then through the River Thames to get back to London. And that was what was advertised on the tour. So we go to Canterbury, check out the cathedral. It's interesting. There's this odd feeling for me because it's like, I see. But my mom and I were like getting some food, and we were like, yeah, this was alright. And my mom's asking me like, are you good? You seem a little upset. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, just feeling a little weird. And it was because we had went past the one place that, like, I had really been excited to go see. And so, like, my mom and I kind of assumed that, like, we would circle back, go to Dover. But no, you know what we did instead? We took the bus back to Greenwich. Now, if you don't know, Greenwich is a part of London, or at least right next to London. And then our tour guide was like, hey, so you can, right here is the National Marine Memorial Museum, because we have a good thing with the Navy. Like, our British Navy is amazing. And I was like, ooh, yes, I will try nicknames. Set. There we go. Okay. Sorry, we've been trying to, mess with that. But my mom and I remembered what we did before we went to go see Henry VIII. We walked around Greenwich. So we had already been to Greenwich. We'd already seen this the day earlier. We had been to Greenwich. We had seen the Memorial Museum. We didn't go in because neither my mom and I were very interested in the Navy. We went and took a photo in front of a little ship in a bottle that was in front of it because, that's just fun. So we took a photo in front of a little ship in the bottle that was in front of the, Navy Museum. And then we went up to an observatory, like the Royal Observatory, and, we got to see, the Prime Meridian, which was cool. Absolutely like Jay Farron. That was literally what's all in my mind. Just roll with it. I've consumed my mind. Gonna wee. But we had seen that the day earlier. So my mom and I just looked at each other and said, you want to go back? And we're like, yeah. And we just went back to the hotel. We just, like, left mid-tour because neither of us were like, we don't want to be here. We saw this yesterday. So we just left. Because that was, like, the end of the tour. So, like, it wasn't interesting. We ended up just taking an Uber boat back to our area by the London Eye. And yes, if you're in the US, they have Uber boats. Uber boat. It was a whole boat that you get on at the ferry, and it takes you around the River Thames. It was more like a bus service than like an actual Uber, but it was called Uber Boat, and I couldn't get over it. Uber Boat, it's just the best. Uber boats. It was fun. Yeah. And then the next day, after our very disappointing time in Dover, Uber helicopter! Uber helicopter! Oh, wow. Ooh, that's a little villager trading area. Uber helicopter. Oh my god, that's wild. I can't. What did we do in the day, before our next show? Because my mom and I we saw 2 shows that day. Well, in our time in London, we got to see 2 shows. And we also learned that in the UK, like, this isn't something you think about when you're from the US, but in the UK, there's, like, so many shows going on at once that, like, you don't get dressed up fancy for a... Oh, hello. You don't get dressed up fancy for, like, a musical or something like that, because they just happen a lot. Like, you can just buy a ticket and go whenever, so there's really no need to dress fancy. And my mom and I had learned that because my mom and I are both like avid theater goers. We go to Broadway a lot, not the actual Broadway, but shows that appear on Broadway Street here in Denver. And so we went there and we were like, yeah, we're overdressed. That was weird. But I don't remember what in the day we did before then. Yeah, I think that was the day we went around, I think that was the day that we went around, Hyde Park, like the first day we did. Oh my god, you guys, it's the White Cliffs of Dover, now let's keep going. Can you tell I'm petty? Oh my god, you guys, it's the White Cliffs of Dover. Anyway, but that was the day we no, that was the day we went to Baker Street! Before the show that we saw that day, we went to Baker Street. We went to 221B Baker Street. And we went into the Sherlock, museum and everything. It was super cool. I have an entire book full of mysteries and, like, it's an escape room for Sherlock. I now have a big old book that is every story of Sherlock ever written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Like a whole big book. It has shiny pages on the side so it looks like a Bible. It's really funny and I love it. So we went to Baker Street and then after that walked around Hyde Park because we were right by, so we might as well. And then we went to go see Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella. Now, if you haven't listened to Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella, understandable. I mean, like, I hadn't heard about it until during our bus tour around everywhere. I just randomly saw Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella on one of the signs, and I'm like, well, that seems interesting. And so, my mom and I bought tickets, because it wasn't, like, sold out or anything. It was just like, yeah, if you want to go see it, you can. And we're like, alright, cool. So we went to go see Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella. And it's good. Like, here's the thing. When they first initially released, apparently the first song they released was a song called Bad Cinderella. And the way that it seems when you first hear it is Cinderella being like, I'm not like other girls. I'm different. But when you see it in the context of the show, it is so much different. She's not like, I'm not like other girls, I'm different. It's, I'm a poor person who actually wants to be herself. Meanwhile, everyone around me is rich, haughty, and wants to fit into a program of being the prettiest people in the fucking world. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to fall into your status quo, so I'm gonna be me. And apparently, that makes me a villain to you people, so fuck it, I'm a villain. And the coolest thing for me, because I love musicals, and I love musical structures, is that, in a musical, there are two types of songs you will usually hear when it comes to characters introducing themselves. It is an I am song versus an I want song. An I am song is usually preserved for a villain, while the I want song is preserved for a hero. Which, it's interesting when you think about it like that, because, oh shit. Hang on, there it is. Nope. It's interesting when you think about it like that because, that does in fact mean that the entirety of the Cats musical is full of villain songs. Because they're all just songs about introducing themselves. And that's what an I am song is, talking about who you are, what's your deal, and everything, why you are the way you are, and that whole shebang. And the first song you ever hear from Cinderella is an I am song, which, like, it's Andrew Lloyd Webber who knows about this, that is a purposeful thing, and that is so fun. The fact that there is specifically a character who she believes herself to be a villain because of the way that society has placed her. She believes herself to be a villain, so she's like, fuck it, here's my I am song, here's who I am bad Cinderella. That is a lyric. She's like, I'm not like regular girls, I'm not like normal girls, but it's interesting, like, looking at the musical structure of it. She eventually does get an I want song, or at least I think that... That looks interesting. I don't know. Oh no, that's just icers. Icers? I meant to say icebergs, but then also glaciers, so it became icers. But yeah, so eventually she does get an I Want song, which is fun and cool because that shows this shift in the narrative where she starts to believe, I'm not a villain, I'm not evil for wanting things, I'm not evil for wanting to be a different person. And it's cool! It is cool! Also, Carrie Hope Fletcher is just amazing. I got to see her perform live, and oh my god, she has an amazing voice. So that was Thursday. Friday was a cool day because that was the pigeon day. So, when we first went to Hyde Park, my mom and I, we looked around, saw the swans and the geese. I pulled up a book to identify the different types of geese there because I took a zoology course and now I'm obsessed with birds. They had Egyptian geese, white-fronted geese, cackling geese. It was really cool. Lots of different types of geese. And they also had a lot of rock doves, aka pigeons, and those just all around London. So it wasn't anything super big. But you could tell by the way they acted, despite all the signs saying do not feed the animals, that they had very much so been fed by people. They were very, very friendly. So my mom and I decided, oh, we should feed them someday. We should come back and feed them. And so, my mom's like, oh, we should get some bread. And if you don't know this, do not feed birds bread. You can feed birds, but not bread. That will kill them. Eventually, not a whole thing of, oh my god, you feed birds bread and they die, if you breathe oxygen, you die. It's more so, you feed birds bread and it gives them too much, oxygen in their stomachs, so they start to drown. I think that's how it works. I don't know, but either way, I can't remember the exact biological workings of why you don't feed ducks or birds bread, but don't feed ducks or birds bread. So there's my little PSA. So instead we got sunflower seeds while we were in Canterbury. And we went back. We went back on Friday, and we fed the birds. Now, those pigeons, they are hungry little sons of bitches, and they loved me. Ooh, village. They loved me a lot. Already, the pigeons, they seemed very nice in London, and they loved me in Hyde Park. So when we went there, my mom and I, we were just sitting there and we had noticed a few black birds. And we're like, oh, that's cool. And I look closer. I'm like, oh, those are ravens. And then I look up in a tree. And it's a whole murder of ravens just sitting there in Hyde Park. Yeah, bread is not good for them. So, but any type of seed or grain, that is good for birds. But we look up in this tree and it's an entire murder of crows. And I have never seen a murder of crows in my life. So I was just standing there, flabbergasted, just looking at them oh my god. Because I love corvids. We have magpies in our neighborhood and I love them to death. When we went to Stonehenge, I saw a rook, and I was like, oh my god, look at this little man, a handsome little guy. And he was so friendly. You know what, he was just hanging around by, I don't know who came up with the idea to feed birds bread. I don't know. But this little rook was just hanging by, the path that you would walk on Stonehenge, and I was like, oh, he's a little pretty guy. And he's just standing there. I'm like, you want to take a photo for me? You want to pose for a photo? And he looks at me. This bird looks at me. And I shit you not. He comes over, hops up on the little rope that is blocking off the path, and poses for a photo. The rook posed for a photo. It made my day. After I said, do you want to pose for a photo? He came over and posed for a photo. So that was a great thing. That was a great little bit. So I love corvids. When we, sometime during the week, we had gone to, when did we, oh my god, when did we go to London Tower? I can't remember. But we went to the London Tower sometime there, and I became obsessed with the fact that there are 7 ravens that live there. Apparently there's this whole legend that I'd never heard of, that apparently at the Tower of London, there are 6 ravens that live there. And should these ravens ever leave the premises of the Tower of London, the entirety of the United Kingdom will fall and crumble as a nation and be destroyed. So there is specifically a bird keeper on the premises who takes care of the ravens. And there are now 7 ravens, not 6. So there's 1 extra. It was specifically noted as, we have 7 ravens, 1 extra, that live within the premises of the Tower of London. And that was so cool to me. So like when we went to the Tower of London, the pin that I got was a pin of a raven. Because I got a pin from every location. I was like, I need a pin. No matter where we go, I need a pin. I gotta add it to my pin jacket. Because I'm one of them gays that has like a pin and patch jacket. So I always got a pin no matter where we went. But specifically, we went out to Hyde Park to feed birds, and we had bird seed and everything. I saw this whole murder of ravens, and I was obsessed. I'd never seen them, and I made it my goal to feed one of the ravens. And sadly, I was not able to complete that goal. However, one of them seemed very nice and was looking at me, but he didn't want to eat some seeds, so that's all fine. But, however, I did feed every single other kind of bird there, except for the heron, because there was just a heron there that day. It wasn't there the other day, there was just a heron. He was just there. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing here? But those pigeons became obsessed with me. I had a big old puddle of pigeons around me. And one of them, a little brown pigeon, I was like, I had bird seed in my hand. I was, throwing out to the pigeons, making sure, like, that they were fed and they were enjoying themselves. And I still had some left in my hand, and this one pigeon, wasn't the brown pigeon yet, but one pigeon flew up to my arm and started, like, still flying, started eating out of my hand. And it was amazing. And we're like, fair yet. But this one pigeon just flew up to me and started feeding out of my hand. And I was like, oh, these guys are friendly. So what I did is I held out my hand with seeds, and a pigeon flew up, landed on my arm, and started eating out of my hand. And it was amazing. Eventually, this one little brown pigeon, I didn't give him a name, but that one stuck around a while, would like literally just sit on my arm, even if I didn't have seeds. Just sit on my arm, hang out with me, just be a chill dude. And he was just hanging, chilling out, being super fun. We were just having a great time. Yeah, I have a little bird on my hand, and I looked over, and this family that I don't think they could speak English, because, I mean, it's London. You're gonna get people from all around the world who don't speak English, or at least speak minimal English and just want to come see things because they're from different countries. Because Europe, you can just go places, not like America, where it's like passports and everything, and it's harder and things are further, and you need a car to get anywhere, or a plane. It's just a lot easier to travel across countries in Europe. So, this family who I don't know if they could speak English, but, they also, like, these little kids were also copying me, holding out their arm. They didn't have any food, but they were just holding out their arm. And because these pigeons understood that me holding out my arm meant food, they would go over to these kids and land in their arm, and land on their arm, and just hang out for a bit. And, like, you could tell this was, like, a magical experience. Because it was a magical experience for me. I was having the time of my life. The fact that, like, these little pigeons were sitting on my arm. And, like for a while, like, one moment I had 5 separate pigeons on my arm. There was a moment where one of the pigeons landed on top of the back of another pigeon. Because they wanted to get on my arm. It was so amazing. And later on, there was a kid who, he only spoke French, and he was, like, probably 15. And I don't speak French. I didn't take French in my language class, I took ASL. There's this little kid, about 5, from France, or somewhere that of a French-speaking country, and he really looked like he wanted to feed the birds, but he didn't have anything. And so me being this bird whisperer of sorts, I gave him the rest, I, like, showed him how to feed the birds. Like, he seemed very interested in it. They're trying to make you fly away. Be careful, man. They're like, this one. We want this one. But this kid, he really wanted to, like, he was a little scared of the birds and was, like, I kind of wanted to get close to the birds. So, like, I showed him, like, here. Like, if you have some seed, they'll eat it from you. And so I gave him some of the seeds, and he didn't really understand that, so he just threw it into the pond. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair enough. It's feeding the birds, so might as well. Eventually we just kind of sat there feeding birds. And, like, this kid was 5. I don't know his name. We don't even speak the same language. But birds, man. It brings people together. Little birdies. I'm gonna make this sand fall. Perfect. So that was fun. Birds, the universal language, yes. I got the swans to feed out of my hand. Albeit kind of, this one swan, like, kind of fed out of my hand. He was, he had just kind of, like, grabbed some food and the rest kind of fell out, but to be fair, it was a swan. He was kind of got a big beak. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. The geese also fed out of my hand. I didn't feed the geese much, only because they are angry bastards and are vengeful. I love geese, but they are also bastards. As a geese person, they say math is the most universal language, but no, it was birds. Yeah, anytime I have to take a math course in the future, I'll just say, no, math is not the universal language, it's actually birds. Yeah, so geese are very angry. I think it was the white-fronted geese that are evil. Swans are as evil as geese. Yeah, the swans, they didn't really want to talk with people a lot or, like, hang out with people. I mean, my mom was obsessed with the fact that she saw a swan stand for the first time. She was like, I've never seen a swan stand before. And I'm like, I mean, sure. But, I mean, they were the queen swans, so they were, like, well-trained and shit, I guess. But the geese, like, they were interesting. First time we went to Hyde Park, we actually saw, a mama goose. Well, no, a mama swan. Which is with a bunch of little goslings. Like, just sitting on her nest, feeding her little goslings. And I was so happy. Like, they're just little baby geese. And I was like, oh my god! And they have little, like, specifically in Hyde Park, they have netted off areas that, like, they don't want people going in. And, like, little areas of nature. Like, not only, like, don't go into the grass, just here are the areas of nature that we've set out specifically for our birds. And, like, because as we were walking around, we saw more bird nests in these netted off areas. We saw another family of geese, but, like, these geese were kind of grown up. They were, like, adolescents and toddlers. I'm like, oh my god, still baby geese. But, like, I only fed I fed the Egyptian geese because those ones seemed nice. I also, I think this one might have been rated already. Oh, no, it hasn't. Alright. Things may get dark. I'm sorry. I do not have a torch on me. So that was literally just that. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi, bud. Oh, there's a spawner around here somewhere. Okay. There it is. But I got to feed some of the geese just to different types. And like here in Colorado, we only ever see cackling geese, which are more, I guess, commonly known as Canadian geese. But I mean, they weren't Canadian there because they weren't saying eh. They weren't Canadian geese because, I mean, Canada is a long way to fly, so they were just cackling geese. So like colloquially, you kind of recognize them as cackling geese. When they are technically, well, no, you colloquially you recognize them as Canadian geese, but technically they are cackling geese. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this has not been raiding. That's good to know. And here's the thing you gotta know about me on this server, I should know before I continue with my story, is I am a tank. I've learned that, like, it takes about 7 failed people to do one of these. It takes me, it takes me to do this. Like, I can tackle these towers on my own, which others cannot do on this server, because, they are too fragile. Let me see, are there any other ones in this? Oh my god, bastard. I'm a gamer? I am a gamer. I usually don't like Minecraft combat, but on Accords, I just have so much fun with it. I think the reason is because I'm built as a tank. So I'm just like, nothing really hurts me, and that's the biggest thing that stops me from doing combat. Is that, I like get hurt too much. Which, yeah, that's how combat works, but also I'm like, man. But yes, I fed the different types of geese. We met a woman who had her, like, 7-month-old puppy there, and oh my god. Oh my god. It was so cute. And, like, the puppy was, like, just so small. It was like a, oh my god, what was it, like a bull terrier or something? I don't know. But it was so cute. It had, like, the wrinkliest little face. And I was just having a time, because it was just a little baby puppy. Let's see. Yeah, that was a day that we had. I haven't been collecting the apples, I just realized. Just like with plain old apples. Oh, yeah. Let me eat some more. So that was our day at Hyde Park. And that was our way of, like, my mom and I were joking, like, this is better than the entirety of Dover. We were just very angry about Dover. So, everything we were saying was like, yeah, this is better than Dover. To be fair, it wasn't hard to beat Dover, because Dover was just bad. Have I gone through that one? I think I have. That's the one I went in. I haven't done this one. Then the next day, also just I think that was the day when my mom and I were, like, out of steam and, like, I can't. I'm like, Mom, I can't do anything. I am so tired. Please, God, I need to sleep. And so we took a day off and just slept for a bit. Where the heck did I? There it is. And then, Tuesday, biggest, the next day was also just a very big letdown. So we were gonna do the Jack the Ripper tour, cause I, unsurprisingly, like, I like murder. Or at least I like true crime and stuff like that. I took a forensics course. So I really do enjoy true crime and that sort of stuff. So we were gonna go on the Jack the Ripper tour. Because when I was in school, I had read an article about how they had possibly identified Jack the Ripper. Which was crazy. Because it was all using forensic science. And I'm like, that's so cool. So that was a really cool part about... Oh, it's an anvil. Oh, there's a creeper in there. Okay. Oh, there's a creeper! Okay, guess it's time to go up. So that was a letdown. And all this while we'd been going to this fish and chips place. I won't talk about it much because, my mother and I made a deal that whatever was in that fish and chip shop stayed with us. For no particular reason. Other than my friends now have a joke about my Turkish fish dad. So, yes, I tried fish and chips, and I did specifically tweet out a picture of fish and chips saying holy shit because of fish and chips. Oh my god, the gay people. Very specifically, the first meal I had in England was fish and chips because of that joke. Like, Kat, you were okay, because that was the exact reason why I did it. But we went to this one little fish and chips place. It was really good. We went there 3 other times. It was a lot of fun. Hello? Excuse me? There we go. But my mom and I really enjoyed it, and it was fun. I think that about covers my trip. At least I think. Is this where... Oh no. Oh my god, there's actual creepers in here. Eee! I'm a little baby! Just roll those around your life. To be fair, I think a lot of fandom spaces do that eventually. See, this is just bad because it's nighttime. I was gonna say, like, I wanted to double, like, do I have access to it? I do! I don't want to use it. But, that about covers the trip to England? Or at least to London. And it was fun and interesting. I think the highlight of my trip had to be Henry VIII because of just how funny it was. I didn't expect it, which was what was fun. Oh my god. Oh my god, there were 3 of them? There were 3 of you bastards? Oh my god. Why couldn't you have spawned in the cages? Ugh. Is this just bread? Is that all I'm getting from this? Ugh. That's like, oh. Ruined a perfectly normal thing like... Ah, shit. Like, Tide, wavelength, fish, fish and chips, ash, many things, bread, yeasty boy. Oh.
Hi.
Hi!
Bedtime.
Hello, chat, I'm back. I'm grabbing my water. Okay. I had to put the puppies to sleep. There's my dogs and I have a nightly ritual, which is called puppy bedtime, where the puppies need me to put them to bed. Which is basically I go over. Oh, hello. I go over to their little bed and I tuck them in, give them a little kiss, and then that's what we have for the night. Make sure that they know that they are loved and I love them. It's a nightly ritual. Every night. Gotta do puppy bedtime. Yeah, we'll go with this one. So yeah, that's my London trip. I had a lot of fun. Now here's the true question I have for you, Kat. Can you look at a car that is driving through a city that is yellow? Oh, bye-bye! Bye-bye, Ninny! Love them, I've never seen them. They are perfect creations and I love them. I have a little, it's a little puppy. She's the youngest, her name is Ruby. And, she's the chatty one. So if you ever hear a dog screaming in the background of any of my streams, that is Ruby. Dude. But can you look at a yellow car driving through a city normally? Perhaps having, you know, some yellow and black stripes. You know, like kind of like an Uber. You know, not an Uber. You know, kind of like I don't know, maybe a taxi. That one's the clear one. That one's probably ruined a few. Like, who names their D&D character Taxi? I know I know the answer to it, but also who names their D&D character Taxi? There we go. Oh my god. Oh, I will take some shulkers. Thank you. I can't put them in my backpack. However, as a shulk, I can put them in my shulker space, which is a little busted. My mom had, like, once said when we were, on the trip, like, hey, you wanna take a taxi? And I'm like, take a taxi? And I was like, maybe. You know, playing it cool like a normal person. Sometimes you just gotta name your character a random noun, it's fine. Yeah, I know, Roach. Roach. Oh no. You can call it a cab. I can, in fact. I could, in fact, call it a cab. Is that it? Oh, no, there was a lot of books in there. I mean, to be fair, the only place where, like, it's in my brain, I'm like, yeah, that works, is tieflings. A taxi. Really? With my giant sword? It's a given name from a one-shot, but yes, Roach. To be fair, like, with tieflings, it is written into their, like, naming lore that, tieflings are sometimes named after, they have, like, they have white girl names, that's the best way I can put it. Where they have names are like, tranquility, serendipity, I don't know. Like, yeah, virtue names. Like, that's just a part of tiefling lore, and that's my brain. It's like, yeah, that works. But with others, it always throws me off. Cab, the drow elf. Oh. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break down crying. Oh my god! Well, thank you for getting me up here, but god damn it. Why are there so many creepers? Thank you. I break your castle with no shame. Oh my god, wait a second. I know why you're saying a oh my god, no! No! Cat, that took me too long. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. 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 Listen, I haven't gotten far enough in Fade to know if later on they go back and meet the drow and the drow's actual name is Cab. Like, where I left off a while back, they got to Mountain's town, and they're like, ah, yes, my son. And he's like, who the fuck are you people? I don't know if that's the drow's actual name, but if it is, that's horrible, and I love it. Oh my god, oh my god, that took me a second. Oh. Oh. If only fall damage could kill me, but instead I am a tank. That's where home is? Alright, we're going this way. If that's actual canon, it's confirmed. Oh my god, that's stupid. I love it. That's so stupid. I love it. But I also hate it. That's horrible. Oh my god. That is the same vibe as me randomly off my ass coming up with so I DM a D&D campaign called the Decalapse. I tweet about it on my alt, which is my little private called Nola. It's funny, you see. It's funny. But I tweet about it sometimes on there, specifically whenever I mention the word Decalapse, because then all my friends have the word muted, so they won't see spoilers. Yes, Oak was one of a guest player for a little bit, little fungus paladin. But, oh god, are you two in a VC? Oh, god damn it. But, off my ass, because I had planned in the session, maybe it was a fandom name, I know as everyone called him with Cab, and the taxi's ship name was Taxi Cab. No, okay. So, yeah, okay, alright. Fair enough, honestly. That seems hilarious. If it's not canon, it's canon now, because the DM can't tell me no! I have him blocked! But, so with Dodecalapse, in the capital city, there's a tavern, and I completely forgot to write out the lore for the tavern, and two of our players went to the tavern, and I noticed in my notes, like, okay, yeah, I put tavern in my notes, alright, let me scroll to it, and it's blank, I'm like, oh shit! So I had to come up with all that on top of, like, on the spot, with nothing planned, and I was like, oh no, okay, shit. So I ended up going with a Triton for the owner of the tavern. I don't know if I ever named the tavern. I think I did. I think it's the Open Sea is what I named the tavern. But just because, like, the capital city is right by an ocean. I don't know if any of my players are watching or are going to watch the VOD, so I won't say anything about the specifics as to why it is by an ocean, but it was deliberate. But, I only had that to go off of. I'm like, shit, I need a guy, I need a tavern owner. So, because I really am interested in Tritons in D&D, and I knew that this town had Tritons in it, because, like, I did a whole thing, yes, it's literally the only reason why I know so much about Tritons is because of Gillian Tidestrider. specifically because of Gillian. That man makes me crazy. But this Triton, because I was like, shit, it's a Triton, okay. Alright, I've drawn a random Triton in the past, I might as well give him that look, because that means I don't have to just like randomly come up with something that doesn't work in my mind later on. And so I gave him this design, but I didn't have a name for him. And I knew that I was like, well, he needs to have like this kind of surfer-esque vibe, I guess, based on his looks, because he was like a tavern owner by the ocean. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be a little surfer guy. Oh, god damn it. Does the baby have the baby has a trident! Why there's so many of you? Why? Why? I need to breathe. So I was like, shit, what am I gonna do for this guy? What am I gonna do? And so I shit you not, because I had no ideas for what this tavern owner was gonna be, I made a weed, specifically seaweed smoking, Triton, named Sheldon Shelf, from Shell, and Happy Pride! Yeah, Happy Pride, everyone! But I made a Triton by the name of Sheldon Shelf, from Shell. He had a surfer bro voice, and he's a weed dealer. He sells seaweed. And, Sheldon is now one of my favorite NPCs I've ever made. I hope that my party goes back and meets him again one day, because god, he was funny. I'm never gonna write out anything for him. Never. I'm just gonna let anything just comes to me, that's gonna be his lore. Like, whatever, I don't care, because he's just gonna be like that. So Sheldon Shelf is my pride and joy. Only problem about this weapon I have is, like, it's a god weapon, that's why it's got the cool design, because I did that design. It's a cool god weapon. I brought my pride flag to school and people thought it was cool. Hell yeah! I'm so excited for you. I hope you have fun. Permanent luck. Ooh. Sheldon. A hot saw, dude. Well, actually, yes. Genuinely. He's like, listen, you're, like, cool and all. You want weed in the back? Because, like, I got some weed. And he points over to a seaweed a seaweed garden. Genuinely, it was the funniest thing I think I've ever done in D&D, because I don't often do a lot of, like, super, like, silly for the purpose of being silly things. Zach must have loved it. He was going apeshit, because his character wasn't there. My friend Zach, he's one of our players, and he wasn't there. He wasn't at the tavern. He was off getting his ass beat. Because he was like, I need to train, because I'm a weak little guy. He's got imposter syndrome. And so he wasn't there, but he was in the call, so he got to at least witness Sheldon, and he was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And, yeah, so Sheldon Shelf, my favorite creation. I will never write lore for him, and whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, I'll just have to roll with it. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I think I got everything here. So that was a fun little thing from D&D. Yeah. So there's the story of Sheldon Shelf. He's just a guy. Did Zach buy the whole stock? Yeah, he wasn't there. Constant reminder for me to write more for Rust Block. Yes, please. Hello. Oh, these are a different floating islands. It's okay. It's okay, you're at school. It's fun. Oh my god, what's that? Yeah, these are floating islands. On my map I have a, link to a Skylands, which is just a floating island, but these ones are wintry, which is fun. Oh no. Why is it so tall? Why is it so tall? Why is it so tall? Why is it on stilts? Why is it so tall? Some Archon Islands. That's fun. Why is it so tall? Oh my god, I've never seen an ocean monument that's tall. Okay, that's funny. Go in? No, I don't have any breathing. I mean, like, I wouldn't die, but like, I don't have any breathing potions. The new sun. There it is. There's my 2 moons. I'm adopting this ocean monument. Have fun. Oh god, I'm sorry. That was a big burp. Oh my god, it's so tall. Look at that thing. Oh my god. Why is it so tall? Thank you for excusing me. Clip the tall monument. Perfect. Those are winter skylands. Ooh. I found some, I think I found some autumn skylands. I don't know. They were orange and I loved them and they were very pretty. I marked them on my map. If you go to all of them, it's a little cloud. I think I'm fun. I'm hitting the wrong button. I was trying to escape and I kept hitting my mute button. Ooh, I'll go into this one, because I've been into one of these. We have an underwater, temple. Different from a monument. Oh, come on, I could have sworn these things... I could have sworn these things had, air pockets, but nope, they just got bubbles. Hang on. It's modded? Yes, this is a very modded server. Accords is very modded. That's the best way I can put it. Accords is a very modded server. God damn it. Ooh, I can use these, actually. I will. I'm just gonna wear these for now, but I can use those. Oh. I had been knocked out of place as I was trying to breathe. Yes, we have lots of mods on Accords. I think there's like upwards of 200, 250. I don't know how many mods there are. There's a lot. I'm gonna grab this copper. Grab my loot. And then we can start digging. How? Oh, I'm standing on this slab. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, with the mod numbers. That's how many. Yes. About 150. I was wrong. I overdid it by a whole 100. So. Yeah, there's a lot of mods on here. I'm running on like a... I'm running on a gaming laptop. But, I mean, to be fair, it's a good gaming laptop. If I were to recommend it, I'd definitely recommend this. I have a, here, hang on, these are trapped. Close to Vault Hunter's level? Look at me. Guys, I'm a Vault Hunter. But I'm also not. But yes, I'm on a gaming laptop, and it allows me to run a lot of mods. And to be fair, I was able to run like 8 mods or so on Forge, when I just had my Surface Pro, which, to be fair, is not a gaming computer. as long as you have enough, like, RAM actually allocated to, running Minecraft, you should be okay. With our group, it'd be disaster. Yeah, Ashton, but how does everyone? Yes, with the family, we'll have the family Vault Hunters when. I have glitched everything, and I'm just gonna stand in this one spot because I'm not getting hurt, but I'm standing on things. Last stand. I'm breaking. I don't need anything in there. And multi-shot. Ooh, okay. Alright, we gotta go down and around and everywhere. We gotta find these potions. Come on. I can play Vault Hunters in my spare time. Oh yes, Polaris. Polaris, my beloved. Okay, I go up here. What's this? Yes, okay. Alrighty, we'll head back up. And we will get back on our adventure. Is there anything in here? Let me see. Besides that. Nope, okay. Up to the boat. Alright, goodbye cat. Hope you've had fun. We'll keep going. I'll deal with the consequences of being so far out later. Hopefully sometime this summer I can end up getting affiliate. I just gotta stream more often. I think definitely with our little friend group we had. Yeah, I hope you have fun. I hope the rest of your night is also good, Kat. I hope you do well. I think if, like, the family group, if we ever did Vault Hunters, Ashton would go crazy because he's done the mod pack and they know how it works. I've watched a bit of Vault Hunters, don't know much about it, but I also just generally know how mods work. So that may help in my favor, but the rest of y'all may be lost. Okay, but you've at least played. Fair enough, Vanny. Oh god. I drank my water too fast. I have to binge us, gals. Fair enough. I literally think I'd end up being like Tubbo on there, which is, yeah, I'll come on and then I'll be like, I want to be overpowered. It has stilts again! Why do they have stilts? They're just so tall. You're not as tall as the other one, but like I know they usually have stilts, but like they're just too big. Yeah, we probably have to run. Probably have to buy a server for Vault Hunters. Oh my god, 2 of them. Oh my god, what the hell? What? Oh no, that's it. No, this is purposeful. Underwater oh my god, no, this is a purposeful spawn. I thought this was a glitch. No, this is oh my god. This is purposeful. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm drowning. Oh my, I was like, haha, haha, a mine shaft spawned out of a geode, haha. Oh my god. This is wild. I'm just like flabbergasted right now. Okay, I gotta go down for that again. We cool to explore up a conduit? Absolutely. For now, I'm just... Here, so you can get the full effect? Oh, thank you! Thank you, Rye! I will... I can shove some of this in, I know. It's only for a bit, but it's pretty neat. Thank you! Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my god, there are spawners! Oh my god, that's so cool. There's mine closer to neutral lands too? Oh my god, that's so cool. I gotta get on land sometime soon so I can open up a shulker. Why the... I don't need repeaters, I don't do redstone. Alright, now that we've seen this, which is wild, I will... Oh, those are cool tree generations. Oh, I love that. Wait a second, are they purple? I was so content with them just being cool trees. Oh my god, they're purple. Oh my god, they're purple trees. I am an easy man to please. Oh my god, they're pink. Oh my god, what is this? Sakura Grove? Oh my god, it's so pretty. Bees! Oh my god! Baby bees! Ah! Oh my god! It's so pretty! Speaking of Sakura, I bought Persona 5 Strikers today, and for anyone who's been following me on my private Twitter, I've just been watching Grizzly. What was that noise? Oh god, now I'm in there. Oh my god, I just didn't expect this. What's flopping around in here? Anyway, yeah, I bought Persona 5 Strikers today. Don't know much about it. I haven't yet played it. Terraform Brim became wild and then the noise came out, absolutely. But I haven't started playing it, but from what I researched a bit, because I actually, when I tell you this was a bit of a spur of the moment sort of thing, it was really a spur of the moment sort of thing. I was in Target and I saw that they had Persona 5 Strikers and it was for the Switch, and I was like, ooh, I want to play a Persona game, but I don't have any PlayStations, and they all come out on PlayStation, except for Striker. Mud. Sorry. I'm gonna sit in the mud pile for a bit. I'm dirty. But, I saw they had Strikers when I went into Target today, because I had to pick up some new lighters for some of the resin I was making. Also, wonderful news! I can hold a stick lighter, which is a big thing for me, because I don't like fire. I don't like fire. So I learned that, yeah, I am fine with holding a stick lighter. But, Yeah, the tiny little lighters that you hold at your hand. Yeah, no, the one no, that one's bad for me. But I can hold a long light. I can hold a stick lighter. So I had to get some more of those because the one that we had in my house just fully ran out of gas, and I don't know how to refill it. So I just got some more. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's just gorgeous. I'm taking a screenshot of that. But I had to get that for some resin today, and I also wanted to double check what the Pride collection was in Target nearby me. And nothing really piqued my interest. They had some swim stuff, but it was like, eh. It wasn't really pretty. The stuff on the site was cooler. Just meant that none of the fun stuff was in stock. But I was like, I might as well check out the gaming section, because, I mean, why not? Oh, okay, it's part of that tree. I was like, well, why not? I might as well go check out what games they have. And I saw that they had Persona 5 Strikers. I'm like, I didn't know that that was a game for the Switch. And so I was like, okay, how different is Strikers from Royale? Because with Persona 5, there's Persona 5, Persona 5 Royale, and Persona 5 Strikers. Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royale by... Oh my god! Persona 5 and Persona 5 Strikers, by extension, they are both very much so heavy on the JRPG aspect of them. Meanwhile, Persona 5 Strikers, what I learned from my research today, yes, Persona 5 Strikers is a sequel, more so. And also, Strikers is much more of a combat-oriented game. It's much more What the hell? Like, I get what it's meant to be, obviously, but... Okay. But yeah, Strikers is a lot more of that combat sort of game. Like, really playing into the combat aspects of, Persona 5. Yes, Persona 5 Strikers is a beat-em-up, but I was like, fuck it, I might as well. I'm not usually a big fan of, like, just beat-em-ups, but I'm like, I might as well. I've never played a Persona game. Hopefully in the future, Persona games can come out on the Switch whenever Persona 5 6 is announced. Because, goddammit, Grizzly, you got me fucking hooked. Bees! But I'm just excited to play, because I think it'll be fun. I haven't heard anything about the story of Strikers, and honestly, I don't want to, up until I play it, because I think it'll be fun. Fun little sequel. Persona 5 6. Listen, man. Whenever Persona 6 comes out, there we go, I'll correct myself. Whenever Persona 6 comes out, I'm gonna play that. Hopefully it'll come out on the Switch. And then more people can play it, because so far Persona games only come out on PlayStations, and I have never owned a PlayStation. Oh my god. I am a simple man. Look at that. That's beautiful. Hopefully it comes out on the Switch, that way I can actually play Persona 6. There's 3, yes. First Persona game is which is a dance game. I mean, didn't they have all I know about the Persona dance game is that, in Persona 5 Royale, there's a skin specifically of your characters in, like, these dance outfits, and they have different music that goes along with them in combat. That's all I know about the dance games for Persona. Yeah, that's been what my day's been. So I went to Target, in the car, saw that part 25 of Grizzly's Persona playthrough had been posted, and said, holy shit, yes. Then when I started playing it, it did not pick up where the last one did, because the last one ended off randomly in the middle of a pee break. So I had to go search out other playthroughs to see the content that I missed, and it was very important for me to find out the stuff I missed, because it was the end of the game. It, like, Grizzly's VOD had stopped right at the end of the game. So, it had cut off the final boss battle and the lead up into the third semester of Persona 5. And I was like, well, fuck, I can't just miss that. Because in Grizzly's VOD, he had, like, given a recap, like, yeah, here's what you missed, but I'm like, okay, but I need to see it. I need to see it. I need to go see Yog-Sothoth, Eater of Trains, in reality. The joke is that I know that it's not Yog-Sothoth, but, my brain says Yog-Sothoth better than, Yaldabaoth. I swear to God, there's a G in there? I don't know. I don't know much about it either, but, I mean, I'm watching it now, and oh god, all I gotta say is, I think I like Akechi better in this third semester so far than, anywhere in the game. Like, Akechi, throughout the game, I'm always just like, god, okay, here's Akechi. Insert Max joke here. Absolutely. But I just didn't like Akechi throughout the game. Like, I don't know, I just didn't like how he was, and I was just like, I mean, it's like I didn't like him as in, it wasn't me not liking him in the way of like, oh, he's a badly written character and he's stupid. I'm just like, I mean, I just didn't like his character. And it's like, I get that he's a fun character, and like, I love that he's a foil. I love the way that he is written, but I love how he is in the third semester. Because, like, Akechi in the third semester, you know everything. So, there's nothing hidden. What am I doing? Why am I swimming? I have a boat. Ooh, hello. I'm gonna stop in this. A veteran's retirement. Hi! Hello, River. Welcome to the chat. We are currently just going around talking a bit about random things. And thank you for the follow! Oh my god! So I can grab food? Yes, Vanny, go grab food. We are currently just talking about anything ever, really, right now. Need to heal this. Mostly about Persona, because that's what I've been watching recently, and I recently, got a game for the first time, so I'm now just kind of talking about Persona. Oh my god, there's a lot of fishermen. A huge fan of Persona. It's a good game in the way that I'm like, yeah, I like this, I definitely do, but it's also like, ooh, wow, this is heavy. But, God, what was I talking about? I was on Twitter, saw you on my timeline, liked your profile picture, and noticed, it was your PFP. My friend is a huge fan of Persona. I recently brought Persona 4 Golden because she's just haven't played it. I haven't actually, oh, my art. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Before I go, let me give you content warnings for Persona 5 Golden for homophobia and transphobia. Yeah, I haven't actually seen much about, I haven't seen much about really anything in Persona besides Persona 5. I think a while back I tried to watch something with Persona 4. I don't know. I just remember a blue guy that kind of looked like a barrel, and he was a bear. Go get food. I think that was Persona 4. But, from what I've heard, the Persona games are all really good. Persona does deal Persona 5, like, the whole Persona series can be very heavy. It's a reason why it's marked as mature. Like, when I went in to go buy Strikers today, I was ID'd because you have to be 17 and up, and I just recently turned 18, but I also looked like a 15-year-old boy. So, I had to ID them. I had to be ID'd when I went in to buy the game. So, like, Persona is a very, so 2 months? Awesome. Persona is a very heavy game, and it deals with a lot of heavy topics, like, I mean, the first castle in Persona 5, like, that one's just heavy. I'm not gonna talk about it a lot because it's heavy. If you're curious, you can look it up. Oh my god, it's glowing! Ah! I am simple. Played the intro and it was, like, yeah, first palace in Persona 5 is very tough. Because it's very real, especially for someone like me who grew up with a lot of YouTubers who have now been exposed for pedophilia, so that's fun. But that's just genuinely, like, how Persona is. But, I mean, like, when you take, if you're able to deal with those sorts of topics, is from Frankie and she likes Persona 2. I've heard Persona 2 is good. I haven't obviously seen anything with it, but I've heard it's good. There's the block of gold. Like, I may go watch some Persona playthroughs of the later games sometime later on. Just because they do seem, well, the earlier games. Because they do seem interesting and I would love to check them out one day. Only reason why I started watching Persona is because I'm like, Grizzly's playing Persona with his VODs, and he's played him, and this is his favorite game. I'm like, I might as well. I love hearing people talk about games they love, so I'm like, I might as well watch Persona, and now I'm like, yeah, Persona's a fun game. I like it. So, I may go back, watch some more Persona stuff, see which game seems most interesting. I know sometime in the future I'm gonna end up buying a PS2, so whatever Persona game is on a PS2. You've a question for me. Yes, I will. MCRPs. I am currently on a Minecraft roleplay server, so Accord's SMP, you can't really tell based on what I'm looking like right now, but it's a D&D server. It is a D&D Minecraft roleplay server. Like, it's based around the concept of D&D. We have origins, we have classes with, like, different combat skills you can upgrade, which I forgot I can upgrade my skills. Oh, okay, I want to go with Constitution, get that last heart. Recently left your first and only D&D group. Hopefully it was for good reasons. Wasn't enjoying that much, that's fair. If you find that a game's not for you, best option, just be honest and say, hey, I'm not having a great time playing, I'll probably be leaving. And, like, if your DM's good, if your people are chill, they'll understand and be like, hey, that's alright. Like, the campaign that I DM currently, I've ran it in the past before, and it's just, the game is a lot more battle-focused and RP-focused. Oh, I feel ya. Hello. I will take you, because I'm gonna try and learn more about Bewitchment sometime later on. If you excuse me. Other players who want more understanding, but then the DM doesn't help. The DM was my ex. Oh god. That is... Oh. Yeah, I'm with you there. Most of the people who I play with nowadays... Most of the people who I play with nowadays, they are not, combat-oriented people in D&D. So, I don't think I've ever played a combat-oriented D&D campaign. It just doesn't sound fun. Like, I love the mechanics of D&D combat, as much as the next guy, but also, D&D is not just combat. We're in good terms, just got awkward and did give my character many opportunities. That's fair. You, yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can make them shiny. I need to put things in my shulker boxes. I was reminded that I have so much stuff in my inventory, I need to put things in my shulker boxes. And had I not specified when he left, he probably would have killed my character off. Oof. That's no fun. So like, as a DM, I specified, said he had a story to keep living on. That's good. I hope your character is having fun wherever they are. When I DM, I'm the kind of person who I've literally told my players up front in the first campaign, in the first, like, session 0, I told them, your character will not die unless you want them to. He killed off my original character? Oh my god! I hope it was at least satisfying in the story, but I'm so sorry that they died. You spend so much time with your D&D characters, you just get attached to them after a while. No, we need that one. I want flowers. Sorry for going on a rant. It's alright. I love hearing about people's D&D characters. I've been playing D&D since 2018, so about 4 years now. So, like, I genuinely love hearing about people's D&D characters. I had a friend in school who just told me about his D&D character who, like, last choice of the campaign he had to make was whether or not, he had to, like, kill his lover, and I'm like, oh my god, that's tragic. This is a green flower. Remember my first D&D character? And then again, it was, oh my god, it was first edition. First character Sky Elf, and he was albino. I played him as a rogue. Ooh, his death ended up being so sad because you're finding a literal ball of magic and he got crushed in rubble. Oh my god. That does sound sad. I don't think I've ever had a character of mine die in D&D, which is surprising considering how long I've played. I'm usually stuck as a DM, so I have... It ended up that the other players had no remains other than one. Oh my god! Oh, that's so sad! Only one of his feathers, oh my god! I've never had, thinking about it, I've never had a character I played die. Laugh your way through the pain. Fair enough, sometimes that's the best you can do. I've never had a character die, which is right after he died. I mean, that's probably the best case scenario in my opinion, because then you don't miss them that much, because the campaign ends fairly soon after the character's death. Which is good. I've never, like, the closest I've had a character leave in a campaign, and that was with a Wild Mount campaign for a Critical Role campaign I play in. DM'd by my friend Zach, and my character Tyrius, a half drow, half water genasi warlock, he had gone off because he recently had his pack changed to the god he was trying to kill, and that was kind of traumatizing for him, so he left the party for a bit because he needed some self-discovery. Is this a Botania? No, it's Terralith. But he left the party for a bit because he needed to go figure himself out, and him being there would be a detriment to the party for himself. So that's the most that I've ever had with a character leave. I'll play D&D sometime. You seem very chill. Thank you. I've had plans to run a some kind of D&D campaign on Twitch sometime in the future. Which could be interesting. Let's hope you all learn how to fight in Monster of the Week. Okay, well, Monster of the Week fighting is easy. At least I think. Last time we played Monster of the Week, I think if you want to talk about hard combat, you want to talk about systems with hard and confusing combat, let's talk about the one that has the most confusing combat, in my opinion. the worst D&D combat that not D&D, the worst system. Zach nearly died. Listen, man, it was a feral dog. It's fine. Oh, wait, are these the trees I need? Oh my god, wait, are these the trees I need? Yes! Yeah, it's fine, Zach. It's just a flesh wound. But, what was I gonna say? Something. What was I saying? That's what I was gonna talk about. Freaking mutants and masterminds. Mutants and masterminds combat. Britannia Cave. Ooh, thank you. Mutants and masterminds combat is so complicated, and I wouldn't say unnecessarily. When you are playing a superhero game, combat has to be complicated because every single character has their own sort of combat and their own skills and their own heroes, their own, like, everything. So, like, everyone is unique usually. You don't have, like, repeats in classes. It's like, Mutants and Masterminds is so complex in how it is, played. But it's complex for a reason. Like, I would love to run Mutants and Masterminds. However, that would be hell. Bewitched Tree Island. Ooh, I will also take that one. All the music you're playing on stream? Thank you. It's MXM tune. I usually end up playing the Undertale soundtrack, but I got bored, so I've just been looping MXM tune because I'm like, why not? She's DMCA free. So I thought it'd be fun. But another system that's combat is good is Grave. Sorry. Another system that's combat is good is Cypher. Would you actually be to ask for your Discord? No. Go let me see. I will. Can I copy it? Yes, I can. It's all good. Feel free to add me. I don't have like a public server or something. And yes, I am grave robbing. It's fine. But something over there. But I'll go to that later. God, I hate ADHD. Or autism, or whatever it is, my brain. This is also salt, right? Cypher, that's what I was talking about. Cypher is another system that has really good combat. It's not a more well-known sort of, system, but it's a D20 system. And if you want to run a game that you're like, it's not D&D, but also D&D, it's like modern D&D, but also science. Oh, I'm not accepting friend requests? You can DM me on Twitter. I have my Twitter DMs open to anyone. But what was I? Yeah, Cypher is a very versatile system for tabletop RPGs. So genuinely, if you ever want to just like run a game or find a game with a system that will cater to any kind of story you're writing, go to Cypher if you're most familiar with D&D, because Cypher plays a lot like D&D. And you can play in any genre you want. And it's great. I've only played one game of Cypher, but it's a really good system. These cyan, is that what I was thinking? Yes, they are cyan. I'm like seeing things now, I'm like, Britannia may be the next mod on our mod pack that I make textures for. Because I've been slowly working on a texture pack for this server for some of the mods, just because, oh, you can tell I've been on it too long. I've been slowly over time just occasionally working on some mods on like for this server that fit with my texture pack that I have. Ooh, I will take these. Just because I think it looks nicer if things are more cohesive. I make skins, but I've never actually tried model making. It's not too different from making textures for skins, I would say. Skin making, it's very similar to it. However, if you're not used to doing it on like a 2D format, it's gonna be a learning curve. My benefit that I have is that I make Minecraft skins in a 2D format. I don't use a 3D website. I just use my art program. And yes, I am insane, so... So yes, if you're curious, this was made on a 2D format. It can be a little confusing with models, but what's at least nice about, like, texture making is that you just have a flat plane. And you don't ever really want to do... I have 3D programs that definitely be a learning curve. Yes, like, it's definitely gonna be a bit of a learning curve. If you're coming from something like, what is this program I have here? Blockbench. If you're coming from something like Blockbench or, Planet Minecraft, it's definitely gonna be a bit of a hassle, but, it would just be... It's a little easy, but also a little hard. It's a little learning curve. Anyone can learn, it just takes a bit. Like, if you know how to make skins, then you know how pixel art works and shading, I would assume, and like, oh, there's light. Another grave. Like, you know how, hue shifting and such works. If not, I highly recommend learning about hue shifting, it's great. Oh, well, there goes that. I'll take some of these. I love hue shifting. It's my favorite thing with like Minecraft skins. They make things look so pretty. But yeah, as long as you understand like the basic principles of there's a lot of 3D models, there are also a lot of skin makers. Fair. As long as you understand like the basic principles of making Minecraft skins, it shouldn't be too difficult to learn how to make Minecraft textures. The other thing is that the skin makers all use hue shifting, but the 3D models rarely ever use hue shifting. Yeah, that's always interesting to me. Is that people who make skins as like somewhat of an art form, they very much so focus on the colors, while it's like model makers, they don't. Because my sister, she's made 3D models. My sister and I, we were gonna make a Minecraft server where you can have dragon pets in like fully vanilla Minecraft, because she knows how to code that, and she knows how to do that, and how to make models. And she was like, hey, do you know how to make Minecraft models? And I'm like, here, Blockbench. And for a while we were going to make that as a thing, and she would do the modeling, I would do the texturing. Because my sister does not know how like hue shifting on things work. And like I make Minecraft skins, she makes models. That's like we have our skills, she can code and everything. So it's like there's a difference between like skin makers and model makers, because they're working on, hey, what logically works for this? What gets the colors down? And like gets the concept across, and then works on actually like the creation and the animation of it later on. Also, yes, if it looks like the stream is freezing, it's not, it's the server. After I'm on a server for a while, or at least with Accords. How long have I even been on Accords? I don't know where my stream time is. I don't know how long I've been. The Arctic Fox skin has gotten many compliments on Polaris. Oh my god! I love that skin. I just want to open it. Ooh, yes, there we go. 2 hours and 10 minutes. Thank you. I usually feel fatigued at this point, but I'm not. Put that there. Like, I usually, I'm gonna eat this. What that oh my god, I need more of that. Good, I'm taking all that. Oh my god, this is good. I left my boat. Yeah, we got a little indigenous mod, and I love it. I need a new boat. Gonna put that in there. Okay, I'm sad, I left my white oat boat. I don't know where I put it. Oh well. It's somewhere. Ooh, purple flowers. Didn't grab those. I need these. See, I want to start learning more about this bewitchment mod because it seems interesting. I've never played with. It also has seals and moose. Oh my god, no. There's a thing on this server where occasionally the mods, the admins on this server, or the gods, whatever, they summon in a moose, and it's called Moose Rain because it just falls. If you hear the sounds of a dying moose, that's because a moose has been dropped from the sky. Well, here we go, we're about to get one. You inspire me with your Minecraft-based OC with your PFP, by the way. Thank you! Have fun! If you need Botania help, I know how to start it. Okay, I may take you up on that. The symbols in the song made me think of a creeper. I don't know why. There's probably gonna be a moose here sometime soon. Let's stick around. One, two. I need more gray flowers. Can take those out. No, but there's a seal around. Where's the seal? There he is! Oh my god! Why is he so speedy? They're so cute! We gotta go oh my god, we should go see Jimothy. It's gonna take us oh my god, how far out are we? Oh my god! Oh. He's swimming! Oh my god, I've never seen them swim! Like, I knew logically they could swim, but oh my god! We gotta go see Jimothy if we can. Anytime, like, anyone new comes in, I'm like, well, we gotta go see Jimothy. Jimothy is the name- oh no, sorry, not Jimothy, Jimothy. Jimothy is the name of the seal we have at spawn. And he's the love of my life, I would die for him, and he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Oh my god, yep, okay, This happens when I get too far out. I've gone too far. I've gone too far. Rainbows. I'm grabbing the rainbow flowers. I gotta go slow or else my Minecraft just dies. I don't get Twitch notifications, so I rarely show up, but every time I see your Twitter notice that you're streaming, I'll try and show up. Thank you, and yes, right, I would love, yes, yes, I would love to be taken home, please. I've gotten too far out. And then from there I can look for the bewitchment stuff. I think we can... Oh god. Give it a moment. Just gonna let it hold for a second. Oh god. Oh my god, it's lagging so much. My poor computer. Oh. I'm just fully if I move my mouse a tiny bit, like, it just... Oh no. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream because my computer's dying. I'm gonna... Come on. Oh, please. Come on. Hit the disconnect. Come on. Come on. I know it's going bad. I know I've skipped a lot of frames. I know. Let me out. I'm standing safely. Let me gone. Get me out. I'm in a safe spot, I know that, but oh god. Oh. I'm just gonna... Where is it? This one. End it. End it. Okay. Alright. Great news. I closed it. Great news. Minecraft is dead. I've left safely. We're back home safely. Which is good. So there we go. That'll probably be it for the stream. Stream was telling me, okay, you're done. It said, no, you're done. Alright. But yeah, hopefully I can stream more often. I'm gonna try and hit affiliate. Because I have every requirement except for the time. It's just telling me, like, you need to apply for affiliate. I'm like, no. And now I just have to get the stream stream time up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I don't think any of my friends are live because it's like midnight. So I think we may just end off the stream here. Yeah, no one is live. But thank you all for coming out. Go have a good night. If it's late for you, go sleep. Did I say ducked? Oh, ducks! Oh my god, we gotta raid Dash Ducks. What am I saying? Hang on, people. I'm gonna send you out to the best people ever. I gotta double check. Yes, oh my god. We're gonna raid Dash Ducks. You're gonna go watch some ducks. If you liked me talking about ducks earlier, you're gonna absolutely love this channel because it's just ducks. Go have fun. It's ducks. Just a bunch of ducks eating food. It's great. Have fun. Goodbye. And there we go. They've gone off to the ducks.